My name is Xiaobing Wang, and I work at the Department of Economics, and I'm also the Research Director of Manchester China Institute. And my research area is mainly in income distribution, for example, poverty inequality in China. And also I'm doing some research on the role of the states in economic development. This conference, we gathered a large number of authorities who's researching on Chinese income distribution. And it is a very great pleasure for me to gather them here and to have this discussion of an urgent, timely issue of Chinese income inequality and multidimensional inequality, etc. I think we have a very successful conference where people have communicated their research and communicate their ideas, and also some speakers get some feedbacks from the audience, and also as conference participants, we learned a lot from many of the discussions during this conference. So the feature of this conference is not just that we have a lot of experts and world authorities on the Chinese income distribution issue, but also we have the co-members of the Chinese Household Income Project team here to allow us to discuss some of the unique data sets. So those data sets are one of the most authoritative data sets and reliable data sets to study Chinese income distribution. On top of that, we are not only just study the Chinese mainland issue, we also have scholars who study Taiwanese economy, who study Hong Kong and the Greater China. So it's not just about mainland China, but also about Greater China as well. As a presenter, I also present a paper on the conference and got some very good feedbacks. So the key question we study is why in China we have a low consumption level compared to its income level, and second, why people work so long and why we have so many overtime workers. And we call this as a China puzzle, where you work very long hours and where you consume less. And then the conventional point of view is just look at the income perspective, but we also added a time constraint into this framework. We are arguing that the low consumption was not only due to lower levels of income, but also due to lack of time because of overtime work. So we explained it through that way. And then we observed a couple of interesting findings. So we have a couple of very interesting findings. The first is Chinese consumption are lower than what it should be given the income level. And the second, when we put the time dimension into it, we find that the more time-intensive consumption was being affected by overtime work, i.e., if a consumption of certain goods does not need a lot of time, for example, you buy some stuff from supermarket, you go online shopping, those consumption was actually all right, in line with the income level. But the time-intensive consumption, like entertainment, culture, watching movies, etc., was significantly less than its income levels. This was due to the lack of time because they have to work overtime. So our findings have very big implications in terms of policy. One is that if you just give money to people, it will not solve the problem because the constraint was not just money, but also time. So you need to solve the problem of overtime working culture, or you need to provide people with adequate social security guarantee so that people do not worry about future, do not worry about their health, when they do not worry about if they get ill, they will be covered. So those things, if they have that sort of guarantee, they will not work overtime much, and they will have more time to consume as well.